Mitosis is a form of cell division which takes place when additional cells are required. Anytime your body obligates to grow or repair, mitosis commences. Mitosis is the elementary system by which organisms produce new cells. Mitosis is a four-stage process where a single cell segregates its duplicated DNA and bisects its nucleus, resulting in two identical daughter cells, with each daughter cell consisting of the identical number of chromosomes and genetic content as the original parent cell. Mitosis consists of four basic phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. To begin with, before mitosis, the cell is in interphase. This is not a part of mitosis. This stage is a period of cell growth, where greater cellular metabolic activity takes place. If a cell is due to divide as its surface area to volume ratio is too small to function efficiently, the cell DNA condenses, chromosomes, and the centriole is duplicated, which allows the cell to have two copies of DNA before mitosis. Prophase is the first and longest stage of mitosis. Within this stage, chromosomes condense and become apparent. The nuclear membrane and nucleus disappear. This is a sign that the nucleus is getting ready to break down and release their chromosomes. As you can see here, the centrioles make their way to opposite poles of the cell, where a spindle fiber begins to form and connect to chromosomes at their centromere. Metaphase is the second stage of mitosis. Within this stage, chromosomes assemble across the center of the cell, perpendicular to the spindle. This plane is called the metaphase plate. Anaphase is the third stage of mitosis. In this stage, the sister chromatids split at the centromere, voyaging to direct opposite ends of the cell. The spindles, which are not attached to chromosomes, begin to elongate and expand the cell. Telophase is the fourth stage in mitosis. During this stage, chromosomes congregate to opposite ends of the spindle, in which the centrioles start to deconstruct, losing their distinct rod-like shape. Two nuclear membranes begin to surround each of the two regions of the DNA. The cell membrane pinches in, forming the figure 8, and chromosomes begin to unwind to DNA. Two new identical daughter cells form, also identical to its original parent cell. After telophase, mitosis is complete and cytokinesis initiates. Cytokinesis is the activity which pinches the membrane in and bisects the cytoplasm in half, resulting in two individual cells, containing all the organelles that the original parent cell had. Meiosis is a type of cell division occurring in sexual reproductive organisms, where two ensuing nuclear divisions take place, resulting with four haplogametes daughter cells, each accommodating half the number of chromosomes of the parent cell. Meiosis proceeds after interphase, in which during this phase DNA is replicated, enabling the production of chromosomes consisting of two sister chromatids. Meiosis begins with the DNA condensing to form chromosomes, making the individual replicated chromosomes visible, each chromosome consisting of identical sister chromatids joined at their centromeres. The nuclear membrane and nucleus disintegrates and the spindle fibers become visible. It is here in which a progress of crossing over occurs. During crossing over, the homologous chromosomes exchange genetic material between one another. As a result of crossing over, sister chromatids of one chromosome are no longer identical to one another. This exchange of information is what allows distinct gametes to form, guaranteeing the individual characteristics of each one of us. After crossing over is complete, homologous chromosomes assemble along the equator of the cell. This is called the metaphase plane. Once the chromosomes are lined up, spindle fibers attach to each centromere. The chromosomes segregate to opposite poles of the cell, in which the spindle fibers then start to deconstruct. This is known as a segregation of chromosome, in which two sister chromatids move to opposite poles of the cell. Homologous chromosomes are vital in the process of meiosis, as they allow for the unsystematic segregation of genetic material, with each different crossover resulting in different combinations of parent chromosomes with the gamete. Spindle fibers begin to disappear and nuclear membranes appear around the chromosomes, and the two new daughter cells are generated, possessing half the number of chromosomes as the original parent cell. After cytokinesis, the second stage of meiosis begins. This division is identical to that of mitosis, as the resulting cells have the exact same number of chromosomes as the two original cells from the first stage of meiosis. Another centriole begins to form at each end of the cell. Chromosomes then align themselves across the center of the cell. Sister chromosomes split at the centromere and journey towards the opposite sides of the cell. Once they arrive at the end of the spindle fibers start to deconstruct. New nuclear membranes are formed and the chromosomes uncoil. This is when cytokinesis begins, and we see the formation of four genetically different haploid cells. One chromosome from each homologous pair is present in each gamete. Creation of gametes is essential to sexual reproduction in eukaryotic organism. It also creates the uniqueness we see in each eukaryotic organism today. Comparison of mitosis and meiosis. Purpose in reproduction. Mitosis' purpose is for growth and repair and cellular reproduction, whereas meiosis is that of sexual reproduction. Location in organisms. Mitosis is located in animals in somatic cells all over the body except for sex cells, and in plants in certain areas called growing points or meristems found at the tips of the roots or in between xylem and phloem. Meiosis is found in animal cells in the reproductive cells or sex cells, and in plants in the flower as they are the reproductive organ. Number of divisions. Mitosis has one cellular division, whereas meiosis has two. Similarity of daughter cells compared with parent cells and each other. Mitosis produces two daughter cells that are identical to the parent cell as well as each other, whereas meiosis produces four daughter cells called haploid, which contain half the number of chromosomes as a diploid parent cell. The homologous chromosomes separate, therefore the daughter cells are not genetically identical to each other and their parent cells. Relative number of chromosomes before division and after division. Before division, mitosis has 46 chromosomes and after has 46, whereas meiosis before has 46 chromosomes and after, due to the four haploid cells, have 23 chromosomes each. Where does it occur? Mitosis occurs in all organisms, however, meiosis occurs in human, animals, plants, and fungi. Pairing of homologies. Mitosis does not pair homologies, however, meiosis does. DNA replication. Mitosis and meiosis both go through replication during interphase and interphase 1. Association of spindle fibers. Mitosis and meiosis both use spindle fibers to separate chromatids from each other. Is it a form of cell division? Both mitosis and meiosis are. Does it occur in the nucleus? Both mitosis and meiosis occur in the nucleus.